And everybody uses the same word when a professional athlete does something like what Willy Adames did last night, which was ruin the only Giants rally by heading home from second base on a fly ball deep to center field when there was only one out. I saw the way he was running the second the ball comes off of Drew Gilbert's bat.
He thinks there's 2 outs.
Right. You can just see
jogging.
He's at that lazy run.
He knows it's a catch. He knows it's an out, inning over in his mind. So he's just jogging.
And everyone uses the same word, inexcusable. And it is.
And they're right. Yeah.
They're absolutely right. What I'm fascinated by, though, is it comes from the same place. So we sit down for the game last night. You'll love this. My 2 older ones are out of town, so it's just me and the little guy.
All right.
We had some leftover K-Fico pizza
I was jealous.
that we lugged home from.
I was jealous.
So
Sitting
good.
home at the studio, you guys are chowing down on pizza.
Nothing better than you can do when you just have nothing but a hungry 12-year-old waiting for you at home. I'm
Here's
like, kiddo,
pizza.
I got some pizza. Let's watch the Giants game. So we sit down, and the lineup unfolds, and he looks at me, and he goes, Dad, why is Eric Haas not in the lineup? And I go, well, he's the backup catcher. But he hit 2 home runs last night.
Almost a third.
And I know a lot of Giants fans feel this way. But I was like, right, but he's the backup catcher. That's his role. And I don't think you just go willy-nilly into pro sports where you make decisions on what you're going to do the next day by reacting to what you just saw the night before. That's my opinion. I wouldn't go about it that way. If that was the case, what if you nail today and nail tomorrow? Should we sit dibs on Monday? I won't let all of you answer. But anyway, do you see what I'm saying?
Not a question for me to answer.
You don't just rip people's jobs from them when someone else has a good day the day before, and vice versa, which is where I stand on Willy Adames. You don't punish adults by doing stuff like that when they made a terrible mistake that, by the way, they've never made before. I've never seen Willy Adames be lacking focus on a baseball diamond before. Sure, he talks a lot. Some people talk a lot.
He talks a lot.
Talks a lot. So do we.
Hugs Mookie Betts when he's on second base.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
I do have a hard time accusing people of being talkative. Anyway, just go ahead.
Right before the pitch comes in, his back is to home plate.
Mm-hmm.
His back is to home plate.
But
He's turning and looking at Mookie Betts.
Does that have anything to do with knowing how many outs there are?
No, but it's not a great look.
It's not a great look. I get it. It's a bad look.
And when you make a mistake like that, it only adds to everything going on in that particular moment and the club as a whole.
Sure.
Things aren't going great.
But I mean, you're not pulling Steph out of games when he throws the ball away. You're not.
Yeah, and Steph's different than Adames.
Sure he is. I don't mean to just make that comparison.
But I think the Warriors is a good comparison too, and the Warriors are a unique example because they've got a 38-year-old Steph and 35-plus Draymond. But they plot out like, all right, Steph's going to sit this game, and then he'll be back for that game, and they plot that out like a week in advance. Like they know when a guy's playing, when he's not playing.
So
and the same thing with the Giants.
Yeah, the Giants map out lineups before every series, the whole series.
Yeah.
Now, it doesn't mean they can't change their mind.
Yeah, you can adjust.
And so who knows? I don't know if he's going to be in the lineup tonight, but I'm not activated by it.
And if he's not in the lineup tonight, no matter the reason why, even if it was a scheduled day off, which maybe it was, but I don't think it was going to be that way. My read is that Eldridge is not playing today, and all the normals were going to be playing. That's my read because he just played the last 2 games. But if Adames is out, and let's just say it was a scheduled day off, or maybe he's got a nagging leg injury or something, he's out for whatever reason, everybody will immediately run with Vitello was punishing him because of that brain-dead mistake he made on the bases.
Correct.
And that doesn't really help anything.
That does not, again, yeah, it's just so interesting, right? It's the way that it's our entry point to a baseball game versus their entry point to a baseball game. We're just fans. We're going day to day with this whole thing, but there's no consequence to what our opinions might be. If you're Tony Vitello, though, there is a consequence to what your opinions might be. Like, he's got to manage Willy Adames in June and July and August and September every single day. And if you are a longtime veteran in this league, I'll leave money out of it because I know it bothers people, but if you're a longtime veteran in this league and you have been a clubhouse leader and a wonderful soldier, and you make a very, very stupid mistake, do you want your brand new college manager to come in and punish you for that? Even though you've already, like, he went to a microphone and was like, this is the most embarrassed I've ever been on a baseball field in my life. So I just, like, I don't know. Sure, it is. It's inexcusable. But these things happen in sports. Not the first time somebody lost how many outs there are. I still want to know what the hell the third base coach is doing, because that's his job to pick him up.
I mean, it happened with Ramos like 4 times last year.
Elliot Ramos, sometimes I don't even know if he's going to run the right direction when he's out there. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I get it. I totally get the frustration. It pissed me off too, but I'm not willfully going to go spank Willy Adames like so many people sound like they want to do because of what happened last night. I think that is equally a bad look.
If the Giants continue with this Bryce Eldridge thing where he's at times kind of the odd man out and they need to convince a veteran to take a day off or tell a veteran that they're taking a day off. And eventually maybe it comes time for Willy Adames to be the veteran to take a day off so that they can get Eldridge in the lineup. It will be much, much, much easier for Vitello to approach Adames and say, hey, we think you should take a seat today if he keeps him in the lineup today after what happened yesterday.
I agree. I think that's a great point.
Like, Vitello is a rookie manager going into a situation that I don't think any manager would feel comfortable in, but specifically as a rookie manager, you would not feel comfortable in. And one of the goals for Vitello early on this year should be, I need to win over my veterans. I need to find a way to make them all respect me, know that I'm treating them not just as players and as assets on a baseball team, but as human beings. And one of the ways to do that is when a player is going through struggles to say, hey, you can't do that again, but I'm putting you out there once more time today, and you're going to show me why. And then the next time a situation comes where you say maybe this guy needs a day off, you have his respect more than you would have otherwise.
That's where my mind goes, is that, like, these guys all got to live together professionally. They've all got to be together. And so I think sometimes you have to, if you're managing or coaching or whatever, you have to look for opportunities to have your guys' backs. You have to look for those opportunities. It's funny. My mind actually went the other way. What if Adames was scheduled for a day off today? As you said, no matter what the plan was, it will look like a punishment.
Yep.
I'd almost lean the other direction. Like, maybe if this was a planned day off for Adames, I'd switch that up and play
Change
him.
it up to avoid the optics.
I mean, what do quarterbacks say when they throw the ball to a receiver and it bounces right off of his chest plate and he misses it? So many times you hear that quarterback's like, I want to go right back to him so we can erase that memory immediately, not let somebody sit there and stew on that thing. I'm not sending Willy Adames to Sacramento without any more baseball.
I mean,
no, meaning like that's where they play tomorrow.
Oh.
That's their road trip. No, I don't think Willy's got any. I don't think he's got any options left. No, I mean, like, I'm not benching him until Sacramento.
That's right. They're playing
tomorrow
in a
night.
AAA ballpark in a major league game.
Yes.
Yeah, fun.
But would love to hear what everybody thinks about this. Do you want to sit Adames? Do you want to back Adames? Or any thought that goes even further into the whole conversation about, and there is a larger one, just about the Giants and base running. Like,
well, just all the small things.
Hey, y'all, what the hell are y'all doing out there? What are y'all doing out there? The base running, we don't talk about that because who talks about base running in majors?
You got to get a good secondary lead.
I mean, seriously. Like, that's the stuff that I think is maybe part of a larger conversation is I'd like to trust that when I go to a big league baseball game, I don't really need to think about base running.
No.
Like, that's not an advanced thing.
The base running that we talk about is the Giants steal the least bases in baseball. That's the extent of the base running conversation we have. And that's a problem. And they've said it for a while, like, we got to get quicker and we got to get more aggressive on the base pass, and they seemingly never do, which is a problem in and of itself. But what you're talking about is, like, little league stuff.
Yep.
And it happened all of last year with a particular player in Ramos. It's happened this year. We've more blamed the third base coach than any individual player. And I think that's the right thing that we've come to. Yesterday was on Willy Adames first and foremost, but there is blame on the third base coach as well for not correcting a mistake by a ball player. But this is simple stuff. And I don't want it to seem like we are excusing what Willy Adames did yesterday, because there's no excuse for it.
That's a terrible mistake at the big league level. I'm just not handling it that way. That's not what I would do in that moment. I think there are a bunch of things that Tony Vitello can do in a moment like that. Whether there is a personal conversation, whether there is a larger team meeting, whether you, I don't know, throw a pie in the face of Hector Borg. I don't know what you do to loosen this whole thing up. The larger thing is, if you want to just look at the last week of Giants baseball, this has been way better. But then you lose a baseball game when Ohtani pitches, which is honestly predictable and no big deal.
He's incredible.
But then this becomes the thing. This becomes the face of the loss. Yeah. Let's not forget, they're down 4-0. It's not like if he doesn't make that mistake, the Giants have got the Dodgers by the you-know-what.
First and second, one out. In the 7th, down 4-0, Drew Gilbert at the plate.
Right, and a ball that was hit really well, but it was caught. If you play that the way you should play that, it's like, okay, another...
Jesus Rodriguez is at the plate with 2 outs and 2 on. 2
outs and 2 on.
Down 4 in the 7th.
If he homers, great. Now it's 4-3, but that's highly unlikely. But anyway, there are lots of ways to handle it. I wouldn't handle it with a benching. I wouldn't handle it with a go to your room. That's all I'm saying.
I agree with you on that. I do think, though, when you are in a situation that you're currently in, and this is where I feel for Vitello, because it feels like they are, or at least us from the outside, are searching for an infielder to give a day off to almost every day.
There's no doubt. I love this point that you're making. Like this is made bigger.
Here's an easy one.
Yeah.
Someone on the infield just made a terrible mistake. Easy. You have an excuse. Willie, take a seat. We're getting Eldridge in the lineup today.
Yep. That's definitely part of it.
If Eldridge wasn't here, like that part of the reason why you do that is gone. Because who are you playing instead? Christian Koss? No offense to Christian Koss, but no one's...
Or Schmidt. Schmidt plays short.
Well, yeah, but Schmidt is in the lineup.
Maybe.
I would imagine today. If Eldridge is not, Schmidt's in the lineup.
But maybe Eldridge is.
True. But if the conversation that you're having is Schmidt or Eldridge or Christian Koss, like it takes some of the sting out of that.